Oh, but the research proves it. Oh, yes, I love it when the research proves it. Okay, here's the research. Coach Greg, and today I'm going to be reviewing Jeremy Ethier's new video. How hard should you work out to build muscle? Question mark. So I'm looking at the thumbnail, and it says on the left, train smarter. Then it says do 7 out of 10 reps. And on the right it says not harder. Stop doing 10 out of 10 reps. So I start reading some of the comments after hundreds of people say you should do a video review of this video. And I'm reading the comments and I'm amazed at how smart my subs are becoming. The subs, they're getting smarter than last time. They're getting more and more intelligent by the day. After all, there is a direct correlation between the number of videos you watch by me and your decrease in body fat and increase in muscle mass. It is true. I don't even need Baby Nikki nor Gert to prove this. I don't need it. The evidence is clear in the comment section. The people get it. They watched his video, which I've already done. And then they wrote in the comments, you trained harder than last time. And they went over in details of how you're supposed to train because the people already know, because they've seen my videos. So when other YouTubers make these videos, my subs already know the answer before they even watch them. So they're trying to see, oh, is Jeremy going to say what Greg said?
Then surely pushing yourself to the limit to get that extra rep or two every single set is going to lead to more muscle growth and strength.
Nobody said that every single set you need to go to failure. Nobody said that every time you do a set, every freaking exercise, it's all out. You're allowed to and supposed to warm up. You go an easy set, very easy. Then you go moderate. Then you go harder. Then you go freaking really hard. You don't need to do every set to failure. You need to do some to failure. But guess what? A lot of people are beginners. A lot of people are intermediate. A lot of people are training after a layoff. A lot of people haven't been training the past few months because their gyms are closed. My gym opens Monday. That's tomorrow. I'm recording it Sunday night. After a long layoff, do you think you should go like an animal and train to failure? No.
It seems that training smarter instead of just training harder leads to better gains with less effort.
Training harder and smarter is what leads to most muscle growth. You train hard, but smart. Training hard without any intelligence is stupid. Using bad form, ego lifting, training with too low of a rep range. There's lots of scientific principles for muscle growth that I've gone over in previous videos. I suggest you watch them. You watch them and you learn, then you train smarter because you know how to train, but then you gotta train harder, but not always harder. Sometimes you have to train easier. Babe. Yeah. Okay, you're joining the gym tomorrow and you haven't trained in like what? How many days?
Oh, well, since I was on vacation in February, but like it was barely training.
February, March, April, May. So for 4 months she hasn't trained. So what are you gonna do? How hard are you gonna train? Like, what are you gonna do?
Not very hard.
Well, how hard is that? Not very. I take it that you're gonna train very easy or very moderately hard or...
Easy.
How close to failure are you gonna go?
Not even close.
Do you know what RPE means? Do you have an understanding of that stuff?
I don't know, I'm gonna leave a lot of
Like, how many reps could you do? So, are you gonna go at an RPE of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10?
I don't know.
So that's the basic person. They don't have a freaking clue what an RP is, a 6, a 7, and 4, and 3, 2. They know, is it hard? Not so hard, easy. She's gonna train easier. Not gonna go hard because she's at a beginner status right now, beginner level. Don't freaking train hard in the gym when you start again. But babe, if you wanna keep growing, say a year from now, are you gonna train at the same intensity as now as in a year? Way harder. Harder than last time. As in, that's progressive overload. When you gradually improve the weights, the pounds, the reps, whatever, the intensity. You start easy and you go harder.
In theory, training harder each set by going to failure would lead to more growth given the maximum motor unit recruitment and mechanical tension that it experiences.
If you don't go to failure, RP 6, 7, whatever, less incentive to grow. If you're a beginner, anything's incentive to grow. You can go and warm up and put the weight down and grow muscles. If you're me, you can't grow at RP 7. The body has no reason to get better. Think of this. In the Tour de France, the bikers that race in the Tour de France are practicing and going 100 or 200 kilometers on many of their training days. And often they're going hard. They're riding 20 or 30 hours a week on a bike. If you're a beginner, should you go and ride 100 kilometers a day, 20 to 30 hours a week? Of course not. But that beginner eventually gets bigger or faster or stronger and needs more intense exercise to improve. If you just start doing cardio, you can go for a walk and get better. Eventually, walking does jack shit for you, and you have to jog or increase the incline or walk faster than last time. So when you get bigger, when you get to my size, you're not RPing a 7. No, you can't train like a pussy forever. You can when you're a beginner. Beginners can train like pussies. Most people in the gym continue to train like pussies all the time. Look around the gym, watch everyone train, watch them. Most are not training hard. Most are going an RP of 5. They're not even close to going hard. So for most people, 95% of the people watching this video right now train harder than last time. The first time you go, easy. The next time, harder. When is it too hard? This is easy. This is the advice. If you're sore, it's too hard and go easier. Okay? I can train really hard and I'm not sore. Imagine if I train RP of 7. I'm not sore training RP of 10. How am I going to get sore in RP of 7? So I go to RP of 10 and I keep going. I do partials. I go harder than last time. I find a way to make it harder. I go all out. If I didn't go all out, my muscles would shrink. I wouldn't become Chris Bumstead if I trained like a pussy. You think I would really get bigger if I slacked off more? The secret to why Coach Greg can't win a pro show is because he trains too hard. Yeah, it's got to be that. He just trains too hard. If we all back off on our training and all go easy, we'll all get at least as big as Coach Greg. We'll be way bigger than him because we train like pussies. That's not how it works. And don't throw in that I'm on HRT and it doesn't apply to anybody because you're on supplements. So what?
And second, similar to motor unit recruitment, muscle protein synthesis is lower when you don't train very hard in your sets as opposed to when you go to failure.
That makes sense. So if you train harder, there's a more chance you're gonna grow. But here's the bad thing about training failure, because it's not all good.
It does come with a cost. Not only is it unenjoyable for most,
Training to failure is unenjoyable to most. If you don't like training hard, why are you freaking training? Why are you even showing up? You don't like training? The whole point of training is to push yourself. Why do you think I'm sprinting on a bicycle? Why am I in a race against a freaking, babe, what is it called, the things on the screen? It was like, yeah, why am I racing an avatar on a screen? Because it's fun to go harder than last time. It's fun to improve. It's fun to challenge yourself. I don't go to the gym to just look at girls and boys in circles. I go there to challenge my arms, challenge my chest, try to get better, to go harder. It's the fun to be the best you can be, not to just go through the motions. Find a sport that you like. Quit the freaking gym and do something else. You don't need to lift weights. You think lifting weights is the best thing you can do for your health in the world? No, cardio is better than lifting weights. If you want to live the longest lifespan, you think it's better to do a bunch of bench presses and squats compared to freaking doing cardio? Cardio, the heart is the most important muscle, not the biceps.
in fact, research has shown that training to failure causes excessive muscle damage and extends your recovery time considerably.
Shocker! You think you need a study to say this? Oh, if I train really hard, I need more time to recover than I train like a pussy. Duh, of course. So you say, oh, it takes 24 to 72 hours to recover if you're going all out and train to failure. Guess what? That doesn't matter because we're not training our whole bodies every friggin' day. If you're training your whole body twice a week, that means, for example, chest is done twice a week, then you have 72 hours between workouts. So it cancels it out. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter how it makes you feel.
You're going to be a little fatigued, a little less strong the day after you train chest. You couldn't be as strong as the day before, but that improves. And so that 3-4 days later when you train chest again, guess what? You're recovered and you can do it. And you can do it hard again. And if you can't, you know you went too hard. And what do? You go easier than last time. It's so simple. You either go harder than last time or easier than last time. It's one or the other. If you're never sore, go a bit harder. If you're freaking sore, go easier.
And research has shown that when this is done over long periods, it eventually leads to a state of overtraining.
How many people do you think are training in the gym and are overtraining to the point of requiring deloads and overall systemic failure? Oh my God, I just trained so hard, I'm falling apart. Not many. And all of those people, they just need to listen to this advice. You already know it. Train easier than last time. If you're freaking so overworked and so overtrained and sore and injured because you're just a madman in the gym every single day, go easier.
Research has shown that the muscular fatigue caused by going to failure in your first set causes your performance to suffer in your next sets.
If you go to failure on the first set, you're only going to get 10 reps, say. Then because you went so hard, you try it again, you get 8. Then you rest and you try it again, you only get 6. So you're losing volume, and we know volume is important for muscle growth. So you may as well just do 3 sets of 8 rather than 10, 8, and 6. Or lower the freaking weight. Why are you doing a set of 6? That's not good for muscle growth. 6 is too low. You're gonna get injured. There's more chance you get injured when you train too heavy and you ego lift. Why are you stopping at 10? Lighten the weight. Do 12 reps on the first set, then lower the weight by 10 pounds, and then try to get 10 to 12 again. If you can't even get 10, it's too freaking heavy. And guess what? Why are you doing 3 sets to failure on the bench press? This freaking guy with a green shirt, green shoes, green lettering. Why does it off the mat? Whatever. Less than 3 hard sets. Why don't you do 1 freaking hard set and you're done? Move on to the next exercise. Warm up with 100 pounds, 20 reps, 150 pounds, 15 reps, 200 pounds, 10 reps, then put 250 and do it for 12, and you're done. Done, finito. If you're, it's not hard enough, do another set with 240 this time and do another 10 to 12 reps. Then you're done. Why are you doing set after set? Once you lose 10% of your strength, you should stop the exercise. Remember that? Remember a big debate I had with Mike Israetel, the PhD guru of knowledge? He's still RP'ing at a 7. He's still training like a pussy. Why? Because it sells. It sells to tell people to train easy and back it up by research. We're going to see the research that says this in a minute.
And probably the best evidence of this to date is a 2019 paper from the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research.
Oh, but the research proves it. Oh, yes, I love it when the research proves it. Okay, here's the research. We took 10, yes, all 10 of those people. They might have been 10 girls, boys, circles, it doesn't matter, 10 people. And we train them, and we train them in different ways. And the research proves that this is what you should do. Because we train one leg the hard way, like Coach Greg says, harder than last time. And the other way, we trained the other leg like a pussy. And the pussy training resulted in more leg growth. Problem is, were those 10 people me? Was I in the study? Nope. What do you think they picked for those studies? So the problem is, they do research on pussies, and then they say you should train like this because the pussies train like this. So, if you're the 10 people, then yeah, it worked. Those 10 people were average Joes that don't train hard, that aren't active gym goers. If they were pro bodybuilders, advanced trainers, people who train all the time, the same results would not apply. So you can't just say, oh, Helms et al. They did a freaking research paper and it was the best controlled study of all time. Take 10 advanced lifters, 10 bodybuilders, 10 powerlifters, 10 people that have 10 years of experience in the gym. And then say, train with an RP of 7 or train like Coach Greg said. Then we'll see. And don't get 10, get 100 of them, 1,000 of them, and then test them. And not for a few weeks, a year. See who gets better results. Just see. That's why you can't just listen to stupid studies. They don't mean anything. They don't prove shit. You pick 10 people and you make them go to failure all the time, and then they overtrain. They're training too hard, they're sore, and you make them train all out to failure again when they're sore, and oh, surprise, shocker, they didn't improve as much as the other leg that trained at a good rate. All they needed. It's not a fair comparison. It would be like me taking 10 untrained cyclists and making one group train and ride 100 kilometers a day for a month, and the other train 30 kilometers a day, and then say, oh, the one that went 30 kilometers a day improved more. Well, the 100 kilometer a day group are freaking dead tired, exhausted, and overtrained the entire time, and so they got worse. That's why you need the study to control the people that are doing it. Take Lance Armstrong and every freaking Tour de France rider and put them in a 30 kilometer versus 100 kilometer and see if you get the same results.
And unfortunately, even though you should be stopping a few reps short of failure, most people underestimate the amount of reps that they can actually do to failure.
So if you give the advice, train 3 reps shy of failure, and you tell that to the average person, they will stop 5 reps shy of failure. So they will train too easy. They think they're training where they should be, but they're not. So the advice you should give is train harder than last time, because they know how hard they did train, and then they should train harder. It's easier to tell people to go harder than last time rather than think of an RPE. The RPE are going to train too easy. If you say train really hard, they're probably going to train easy anyway.
So train hard, but if you want to see the best results in the long run, then you need to train smart as well.
So the problem with this video is not that there's anything wrong with the video. It's great information for 5% of the world. Unfortunately, at this time, 55,000 people have watched that. So probably 50,000 of those people are being misinformed and are going to think, man, I got to train easier. I've been going too hard. Like, it's clear. If I want to beat Greg in a bodybuilding contest, I got to train like a pussy. It's clear. The evidence is there. It showed it. It's got to be true. Problem is, it only applies to 5% of the people. So it's great information for the rare people who are already training like animals and are overtraining, which is not most of you. Now, I actually have a home and hypertrophy training handbook. It's basically a training book. And it has the easy set, the moderate, and the hard, and how often to do it, and different training setups if you're doing it full body 3 times a week or a 2-day split. It's all there. Read the thing. It's only about 90 pages, but it's simple stuff because I wrote it. I don't write stuff to make you seem confused. I'm like, they won't get that. Remember, I was a school teacher. I write this stuff at grade 9 level, roughly. So yeah, a few of you won't get it. A few of you, it's above your head, a few. But most people can read at that level, okay? Most people are able to comprehend information. And of course, there's diagrams and stuff, so it's easier to understand. I try to make it as simple as possible. Most of you who buy the book will benefit from it. Okay? It's as simple as that. And I am coming up with a beginner book. It's about a month away from being finished. It takes a lot of time to do these books, and I'm starting with the beginner book, then the intermediate, and then the advanced. Thanks to everybody for writing the comments in Jeremy's wall to explain that you need to train harder than last time. And thanks for watching my videos and actually knowing this stuff. And it's so great to see so many of my subs leveling up in their information and knowledge and able to watch another person's video and understand the bullshit that's being spewed in some of it. It's not his fault. It's not based on lies. It's just based on misinformation that doesn't apply to everyone. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette IFBB Pro. Follow me on the Instagram. Check out one of these 2 videos. You know you need to watch some more and learn more. And until next time, I am out. It's a mathematical statistical. It's a forget. It's something mathematical.